Fire Extreme in chat. Nice to see you back. Hello there. Today, as you've probably seen, we're going to be improving our Avengers. Thank you so much for all the comments on those shorts. I don't know what the views are at the minute, but I do know at one point I had like 70 comments to respond to still. So I decided to make the stream out of it so that we could go through it live and I can get some feedback rather than making like a million more shorts. And hello there. Hopefully we can get the perfect Avengers from it. I was meant to do a short actually just before this went live and I didn't, so there will probably be one more short out later. We've done Hawkeye, Loki, Thor and Captain America, who doesn't have any of the shields at the minute because I do want to make a few big improvements to these, so there's not really a base we can stick with. Iron Man's got those elements. Hulk has actually had a few comments as well, so as we work through these, hopefully Hulk, Black Widow, Iron Man. I don't think there's going to be anything to change to Iron Man, honestly. There's a few different things we could do, but I quite like the bricks on the bottom and the studs on the hand. Reminds me of classic Lego, you know. It's kind of what inspired this whole thing. The fact that the minifigure, it's simple. It's maybe oversimplified. There we go. But it is effective. Simple yet effective. There we go. I think that's in focus. That'll be all right. Welcome back, Grievous. Hello there. So Iron Man's done. Tony Stark isn't going to have... Maybe Tony Stark can have the Tesseract. That could be a good idea. Although Loki does have the stone, which is the same thing. Thor's hammer, I'm happy with. That one, I think, is done. A few people have asked if I can make Thor's hammer a bit smaller. I think let's make Thor's hammer a little bit smaller. See what we think of it first. Because if I swap out that brick in the middle next to the ingots, there is a brick with 4 studs around the side. So if I grab a brick with 2 studs around the side, see what that looks like. Who knows? We might just prefer that. Only one way to find out, isn't there? Forgot we put the wand in here as well. I guess we can move the wand across. At first, I'm just going to move all the other plates from one to the other. And if we like it, then I'll deal with the wand. I don't think I'm going to like this as much because Thor's hammer isn't just a block. It's actually not half bad, this one, but I like the ingots for that extra bit of detail, and that's kind of what we're going for. We're not going for, you know, reductionist, simplistic design. There we go. Doesn't look bad. It does look very slim, and I think now the hole on top might be a bit too big. Maybe it looks better if you shove a wand in it. Lego are making grey ones now, and that will fill the top of the hole and also support it a little bit more. Great question. Oh wait, could I do Tony Stark's suitcase brick built? Oh, that's a good idea for Tony, because then everyone's got the accessories. Yes, that is exactly why I'm streaming this, because I'm sure we're going to come up with some great things. So I've plugged the hole now of Milner, of Jonathan, and it looks good. It does look good, but does it look as good as with the ingots? I just don't think it does. So if you want to make Thor's hammer a bit smaller, you can remove the ingots. I think they're going to be staying, and this is going to be our first minifigure that's been confirmed. But there was a question, do I prefer rubber capes or fabric capes? I prefer rubber capes, and for a long time I've been on the edge of my seat. I say rubber capes, but I've been arguing both ways. But now all of a sudden I'm all in for rubber capes, because I realise that at least with most of the rubber capes, I know the very first rubber cape that come with the Nightmare King. Where did he... I had him a second ago. I must have put him down here. With the Nightmare King that come from the Dreams line. Here we go. With this rubber cape. The very first rubber cape that Lego ever made. Awesome design, by the way. It is held around the neck. And you do have to pop off the head to get the cape on and off. But with a lot of the newer style of capes, They're making them able to slide on, like Doctor Strange, Thor. I think the Batman cape, we got Doctor Strange right here. I think the Batman cape also needs the head to be removed. So I wonder why that's the case. But with Doctor Strange's cape, you don't need to remove the head from the minifigure. You just pop the cape off, and it is technically its own minifigure. Sorry, Thor. Get you back on the podium. So that is my big reason why I prefer capes. And also the rubber takes a lot longer and is a more abrasive material to try and wear down. Not the rubber's abrasive at all, but it lasts a lot longer. A lot of my capes, the Barry Sophie from 2018, around the same time, I have the Arcto Luke. That cape is stretched so much, and especially a lot of the older capes. It doesn't matter the material they're made out of, just because they're fabric. They're going to stretch, they're going to tear, and yeah, they're not going to last as long as the rubber pieces. So I am a big fan of the rubber elements. And now we have Thor as well. For Iron Man, I could do the backpack that has the extra arms, or make his sword arm from Infinity War. Yes, almost picked up the minifigure for the Infinity War arms. I do like the Tony Stark, the suitcase. And actually, I think I have in here an element. I think I have a case in here that has a corresponding sticker. Let me see if I can find the sticker. The amount of old fabric capes you went through was insane. Oh, some of the fabric capes for Star Wars, and it's like dark blue, dark tan. Ones that I have one or two of are starting to wear down, and I might have to make a full transition into rubber capes. The only thing I found with Cho, when we built the Harry Potter display, I put that last year's Harry Potter display, when I improved this and added Cho to it, I noticed that Cho's hair wouldn't allow for the rubber element. The same for Black Widow's hair. The same for... No, that Thor hair would. The same... Actually, most of these hair pieces would. Lady Jane, maybe. Maybe wouldn't with that hair, but there is quite a gap underneath. So I don't think that would work with any of the rubber capes we've got at the minute. Loki's got a rubber cape as well. Here's the other style of rubber cape that Thor also should have, and it just pops straight off. It's a really, really nice element. I do like this rubber. You can still, it's flexible. You can still like style it, fold it, and if you wanted it to stay more permanent, add a bit of heat to it, and you could remold the rubber cape. Big fan of this rubber cape. Probably my favorite out of the 3, 4. You got the Strange cape, the Loki, Thor common cape, the Batman cape, the rubber one, and the Nightmare King. I think they're the 4 rubber capes we've seen so far, and I'd argue that Vader needs his own rubber cape that has his shoulder piece on it. Can't believe Vader hasn't had a shoulder piece yet. We've actually got so many shoulder elements that have just come out. Well, come out recently in the last sort of decade, I'd say. And Thanos now has a shoulder element, and still none for Darth Vader. That's an iconic part of the costume. How have we not got a shoulder piece for Darth Vader? That's nuts. You got the Loki figure from the Leviathan set. I picked it up in a magazine after it come out. I was hoping that we'd also get Magneto. I was hoping we'd also get Magneto. I think Superman uses this cape in red, who's currently in the magazine as well. It's not a bad buy just for that cape, but yeah, the Avengers Tower's crazy. I almost picked up the Daily Bugle for the minifigures. That lineup is, as a Spider-Man fan, that lineup I can appreciate well and truly. But yeah, I never pulled the plug on it, never went for it. And I think it's retired now. Still got so many of the minifigures. I'm slowly working my way up there. I've picked up a few of those from the magazine. Oh, the new Gingerbread 8080. Yes, it's nuts. Despite not making a video, I did have a look at it, and I am so impressed. I might pick that one up. That one's tempting to pick up. If they've got a good gift with purchase on for Christmas, that's going to be tempting to say the least. Right, let's look for that backpack whilst we're I am going to have a little look at it on Thursday stream. We've got a bonus stream. Oh look, there's my other dark blue cape. This one's an old Ninjago one, but it feels very, not papery. It feels very, just not like the other capes. It's a very unique cape. So I don't know if that's a special element. Here's the Thor hammer that I guess we can compare it to for the size difference. So it is about twice as thick and like 1.5 times as long. Just feels way more powerful in Thor's hand. In Thor's hand. Hams? True. I think for Bucky, what I'm going to do is, I like the idea of having a silver shield and then a coloured shield. And I don't know which one to give to who, but I want to give, maybe Bucky can have the silver shield, just the pure vibranium, and Cap can have the colourful shield that we see in Avengers, because that is what inspired this whole build. So I might make him his own shield. Might not be entirely canonical, but then again, Loki does have a blue gem in the handle of his bar. Don't know where I'd have... Oh, there's a few shields as well. Probably even come across the Captain America shield. This isn't all my accessories, but this is the most of them. Oh, there we go. So this element is from Iron Man 3. And I guess we can put this away. Anything we'd need? Like a bow and arrow, a real one. Real bow and arrow element. Maybe a broom to clean this all up. There's so many other parts in here as well. I think I'm just going to scoop this in and hope I don't make too much of a mess. There we go. But what I'm hoping to do... Oh look, Tesseract. Let's get the sticker. Is find that sticker from Iron Man 3 and then reuse that on the case for Tony Stark. That's a good idea. Transport webs. Oh yeah. It's in here somewhere. Watch it just either be right here as I open it up or not be able to find it now. I don't know what it looked like. There was a sticker for both sides, so I'm looking for Iron Man stickers that A, match, and B... Oh, there's some Iron Man stickers. But they're too big. What have we got? Might have even used them for something else, honestly. That's why it's handy keeping all these stickers. So, if you are new here, or don't know what I do with the stickers, it's delicious. I keep all my stickers. I take them off the sets, put them back in just for this purpose. If I ever want to reuse any stickers, when was Iron Man 3? Oh, it feels like a while ago. These stickers are a blast from the past, and I'm still not getting them stuck down as well as I'd like. I remember originally sticking these down. I spent no time sticking them down. There we go. There is a Iron Man suitcase. So this is the suit that would then unfold onto Tony Stark, I guess. Need to rewatch that. Go through all the Avengers movies. I mean, the list is only gonna get longer as we go through. 2013. Nuts. And now Tony does have the Iron Man suitcase. There we go. I should put something inside as well. Maybe like maybe just a 1x1 dark red tile. Something like that. I'll have a think. But there we got the suitcase. For Hulk, let me see if I can find the Black Widow and Hulk comments. There we go. Oh, there we go. I've already found the Black Widow one. Can I bring these up on screen? Yeah, how? Crop that. And then, hey, there we go. You can see what I see as well. So this is for Black Widow here in the middle. Black Widow, thanks to Roger Mollet. Shout out to them for their comment. This is on, I think it's on Hawkeye's video. Black Widow uses some pistols to just take some of Rex DC-15s. Yes, I think this is probably the perfect element for those shield level pistols. You know, the average shield pistols that everyone runs around with are very ARC Trooper-esque. Very, you know, blocky. And this is before Black Widow dons the batons. So I was originally looking at using some Harry Potter ones, maybe getting some blue elements on the end of those. But technically, she doesn't have the batons yet. It is the pistols. Maybe even like a lightsaber bar. LEGO have used so many things for those, but they haven't built, well, not yet, any custom pistols. So whilst I'm looking for those, let me catch up. Chat, hello there, Leo. Welcome to the stream. Have I ever made a custom TVA trooper? I haven't. And when you look at some of the elements we have, like our Steve Rogers right here, it wouldn't be too difficult to do, because the helmet piece for Captain America is not only a really great helmet piece, but perfect for the TVA, isn't it? I have to remind myself what the TVA looked like. It's been a while. Deadpool, I guess. But yeah, it definitely works. Why is it coming? It's just coming up with the Star Wars ones. What are these? It's like some Terminator stuff. Oh, Helldivers this is. Oh, okay. Let's get the right ones up. Don't introduce them to Lego Deadpool. My Lego Deadpool. Do I still have Deadpool? No, I think I ended up breaking Deadpool because my Lego Deadpool was a Star Wars Final Order Jet Trooper with a Spider-Man mask. It kind of worked for a nice custom Deadpool. Alright, most of the TVA actually have the... Oh, who has this helmet? I've got this piece, but I don't know what minifigure from. One of like the wartime bombshell helmets. But that's only for the main TVA people. I do think Captain America's helmet would work for the rest, especially with their big goggles that go over the face. Yes. Maybe I'll have to repurpose one of them. I don't think we've got the element in black, but it would work really well. Actually, like Captain America's helmet, no, it does go over the face. Or are there separate goggles that slide in? So, I said I'd say that whilst I get the blasters. I didn't get them out at the end. So, the DC-15s from Star Wars for Black Widow. I don't think there's many other pieces we could have used. Especially given how small the pistols are in universe. I don't think Lego's typical blaster pistol is... It's a very, like... It's a very comical pistol. It's a very... I think it's just because we associate it with Lego, whereas the DCs are a bit longer barrel. They look a bit more like what we see in the movie, in probably some shows as well. So that is Black Widow sorted. Use one of Cole's torsos turned around. Yeah, that would work quite nicely. Speaking of Black Widow, Speaking of Black Widow, though, we are getting Black Widow in the next magazine for Marvel. So if you don't own a Black Widow minifigure like this one, or if you want that new hair, because I don't like this hairpiece, but I don't have much of a choice. And this is accurate to the first Avengers, at least. I should have the Avengers on screen, just so I can see how I guess I know how they look, the minifigures on... Mind you, her hair's not that long, is it? In Avengers. They put Iron Patriot. I don't have an Iron Patriot, you know. I have 2 Iron Men and a War Machine just behind Iron Man. And I suppose we can go through all these Avengers as well if we've got time. There's Sylvia from Loki, who I think just had 2 knives. Should have done that whilst the accessories were out. We've got Hawkeye and Hawkeye, Thor and Thor, Captain America and the Winter Soldier. We have Tony Stark and Pepper Potts. I don't know what accessory we can give Pepper Potts. What do we think for Pepper Potts? War Machine could use a shoulder turret. That's a good idea with a nice little over-the-shoulder piece. I think War Machine came with the Iron Man 3 boat, and in that they must have given him a shoulder turret. I'll have a little look. Must have had something, because that is like that is War Machine's signature attack, isn't it? One of the older ones where the helmet still folds up, which is awesome. I can't believe for a time they got rid of that, and I think they brought it back with a newer helmet style. I don't think you can beat this one. What was the set? It was like the Iron Man 3 boat. Yes, it did have a turret. Quite a easy brick built one, actually. That's quite effective. Yes, definitely the best helmets. I couldn't agree more. And this is the same boat set that had this very Iron Man. No, it isn't this Iron Man. The Iron Man didn't come with this blue head. I've since purchased that. But it came with Iron Man and these accessories. So I think I'm going to give War Machine the same. They give War Machine red studs and red bricks. So we might as well red studs, red bricks, complete the look. That way we can get them both flying over, and then give War Machine. So Black Widow's got her pistols. There we go. And then War Machine's got one of the 1x1s with the double-sided stud. I've used so many of these and have not actually, what do we need? A lightsaber as well. And I have no idea what these are called on Lego, on Brick Owl. It's one of those 1x1 that has, you see that double-sided, they use them on the Eater. Use them on quite a few Star Wars ships actually, and then they clip a lightsaber hilt just at the top. There's got to be a better way. Maybe we could get a blaster. Better way of styling this out. Don't know if a blaster would look too much. There we go, something like that. Because it is a machine gun over the shoulder, isn't it? Maybe in Iron Man 3 it's just a single turret. Maybe the black blends in. I don't think we have many of the silver. Could double it up. Let's mess around with which blasters we can fit in. Yeah, the grey looks better. Something like that. And then we could get a similar thing over the double side. Because what does War Machine? War Machine's got a mech recently. We could have a little look. Oh yeah, War Machine. Recent War Machine minifigures have had a few different accessories over the shoulder. Not just one. There's a poly bag as well from a few years ago that had what looks like a machine gun over one, a turret over the other. There's a lot of the turret over the right shoulder, which is the same thing the mech uses. Maybe we could get a stud or two on there. We could technically get a stud shooter over the top. We could also improve the base with some fire elements. Ooh, I do like those. Were the fire elements in here though? Yes. I believe it's this exact element. But they've got it coming out of one leg. If we could find a way to central this and have that coming out the middle, like a reverse jumper. Lego need to make a reverse jumper. We could use a regular 1x2 and then attach a brick in the middle. I just don't think that's going to look as sleek. We could also like split the legs. Ooh, what other fire elements have we got? All right, we don't need that one. Put the try not to tip out the blasters as we're putting them away. Don't want to make a mess. Yeah. I know we got distracted from Hawkeye's bow, but we'll go back in a minute. Oh, there you go. Man, it looks more like a mace. Yes, I like that. That's definitely what we're going for by brick building in Lego. Look better instead of the clip. Use the version with the bar. Oh yes, that comment was needed when I built Hawkeye's boat, because we used a proper official bit of thread as well going through it. Not that you can, there you go, you kind of see the thread up my finger. So we used a proper bit of thread so that the bow was a bit more lifelike, and it would have been so much easier to tie it to bars instead of clips. So much easier. No idea. I like the piece usage of these. Maybe this is too much of a specialized element to be using that for War Machine. I might put it away. It might come back out, but I might also put it away for now. And I am tempted to get some sort of rocket over the other shoulder. I feel like that would work well. So we might revisit that, just maybe. For now, I think our War Machine. Oh wait, studs. Yes, can't forget those studs. 2 translucent red studs, and that's from the beams in the hands, so the War Machine can balance themselves basically. Doctor Strange, we've also taken straight from the poly, so these are straight from the set. Almost straight from the set. Strange, we've also taken from the poly bag with the hand dish elements, which I think work so well. We're not going to be brick building the cape, but, well, we're not brick building it yet. Maybe if we ever build Doctor Strange in that upscaled size, we'd brick build the cape. Speaking of, I did get a comment from, I was going to do it at the start of the stream, from Moonshoes. I did get a comment about upscaling the baby Parker. Let's see if I can get rid of the instructions and bring up. Oh, we all know what the baby Parker looks like, don't we? The one from the CMF, and about upscaling that using the upscaled droid. No, the upscaled astronaut. Hello there, Alfie. And if you did want to upscale the astronaut into any other minifigure, I think the biggest problem with it. Let me get up the. Thank you, Ben. Welcome to the stream. Lego Spider-Verse CMF. We're just talking about upscaling the baby Spider-Man, the baby May, I think it was, from the Spider-Man CMF. And I think the best way of going about it would have to be, well, you'd use the torso and the arms, legs from the Space Baby CMF, and then the headpiece would be very similar. The helmet isn't that much bigger. You'd have to shrink it down a little bit, but the face piece, so the torso would be green, the hands would be like a fleshy color. I think maybe tan would be easier. Tan would be easier to find than nougat, but the head would stay red. Maybe you could even keep the helmet for the Spider-Man mask. Maybe, just maybe, you keep the red helmet, you change the color to tan underneath, and all you need to do is try to find some space to add some eye goggles at the top. Of course you can, Alfie. Go ahead. So if you did want to change the Space Baby, Red Lego Space Astronaut, baby. I mean, Red Lego Space Baby Astronaut, there you go, that's what it was called, into any other baby figure, like we did Grogu, who is down here. Let me grab Grogu while I'm talking about it, so I can show you exactly what I mean. Here's our upscaled Grogu, still in the limelight from the Avengers just for 1 second whilst we take a little look at it. And our Grogu uses, I think I've made a few changes, just personal style. There you go, Grogu's come out with the jumper as well. You go back in there. It's not Christmas yet, no jumpers needed. We do have, oh, the stud's still in the bottom as well. We have the Grogu, the child here, and I cheated with a head. I do want to go back one day and build it from the set, but I just don't own the pieces in the right color. So you change the hands to a tan color, and then the head that has the face on the inside, you could keep red, basically keep the entire thing, because it does have a cutout for the face on the head, which is originally printed. And then you'd want to recolor. You could keep it yellow. If you're recoloring them all yellow, the pieces are definitely there in yellow, more so than nougat. And then the goggles, the glasses would be the hardest, but the best thing to do would be to leave some studs exposed and have like maybe a 2x2, maybe more of an oval, maybe a shield element. Squeeze a shield element in there and that should work. And then your next problem would be building the whole harness to get it on the minifigure and getting that to stand. But I feel like you'd probably stand it up next to each other, especially at that size. Yeah. Do I have a Discord? I do have a Discord for members at the minute. I don't open it up to everyone just yet. We have a few fun channels there when I remember to check them. So members, check it out. Do I know why your subscriber count is stuck? Honestly, I have no idea how I mean, I suppose I could say if it's probably no one, it's not even necessarily no one else subscribing. It might just be people coming in equals people going out. And as to why YouTube isn't pushing out videos and stuff like that, it could just be everyone's published a video recently. Maybe people aren't looking for videos. There are blips. I do notice still to this day blips of days where nothing seems to happen and then everyone will catch up like weeks later. But yeah, it's not always effort in equals rewards out. You just have to keep on, keep at it, and eventually people start watching the video. So many of my videos from like a year or two ago have popped up recently and started doing really well after years of them being stuck on like six views or something. Like a video that hasn't popped off, and then suddenly it'll pop up to 100, and then people are like, oh, why have 100 people watch this? No reason. It's not a trendy topic. It's random as far as I'm aware. It might as well be sometimes. Spin a wheel and that video might do well. Yeah, there you go. One of your bids is at 1.5k. Sometimes it can make sense if a video's done really well, and especially if you're really happy with a video, it's nice to see it pop off. But other times there's just no reason, no rhyme behind it, and all I can say is keep on at it, keep going, and hopefully it becomes more consistent at best. At least it becomes more consistent. We'll keep the studs around because they're handy. So Hulk is, there was another comment about Hulk. Let me have a little look. Killer Moth. Who is Killer Moth? Is that a Batman? Is that a Batman character? That's a Batman character. We're doing the Marvel Avengers here, but Killer Moth has to have a minifigure. Oh wow, that's sick. With the butterfly wings and the alien antennas that are used for the aliens now. Was this the first use of them? Maybe. Hello there, Ben. Welcome to the members. Nice. So now you've joined the members, you should get a link to join Discord. I'll have to check if that's still valid. It might not be valid. I might need to update that. And then if you link your Discord and YouTube, you will get access to all of the Discord pages. We talk about new releases. There's a memes page over there as well. So I hope you have fun. Thank you for becoming a member. And also, more importantly, we just got 10 members in the last stream. So your name alongside all 10 of them will be added to the members monolith, which I'm working on getting back there, moving the wall across and having all the members up the side. I think that's going to look really cool. So thank you. Hello there. Unknown. And about new Lego thing. Oh, I will keep my eye out for that. No problem. Last 50 minutes of school. Oh yeah, back to school, isn't it, for a lot of people? Forget about that. For Hulk, there was a really good comment on here. Like I say, I haven't responded to all the comments. Maybe I can respond to a few more on this stream, multitask this. But there was one with Hulk. There you go, Black Widow. Done Black Widow now. Black Widow's pistols, done that. There we go. You should give Hulk green flat no studded bricks in his hands, tiles, or a piece of road. That's a good idea. If we give him like a bit of rubble, we could give Hulk a bit of rubble. Or I like the green flat hands because Hulk's hands, when Bruce Banner hulks out, his hands get so big and they're unproportional to the rest of him. His fists are massive. So round tiles, maybe some flat tiles. Let's get them all. We got a few different types of round tiles as well. Maybe some of these ones would work well. And then let me get my Lego brushes out there. Maybe we can get some bigger green, maybe like a 2x2. Maybe Hulk's hands aren't proportionally that bigger than him. I've also seen a few shouts in the comments for the Thanos hands, which I think the Thanos hands would do really well if they made them in green. Maybe they have in the new Hulk set. Hulk and Thanos with those massive hands. That's a fight you don't want to get in between. But I think maybe some of the rounded hands will... I mean, Lego hands themselves are rounded. Maybe some of the rounded tiles would look the best like this. Like those big Hulk hand toys, yes! Oh, I've never had them, but I have seen them. They are called Cube Dudes. Cube Dudes? I used to have... were they Cube Dudes? What are they called? I think Cube Dudes were... No. What was... I learned of a new Lego Cube system recently. Not Cube Dudes, but it was like lights and sounds, and it was a cube thing. Cube Dudes reminds me of... What was the toy that I used to have? I don't remember what it was called, but those little cubes that had the people that, you know, would be in the cube, you could connect them and they'd all go party in one. Those cube toys, they were fun. No problem. Thanks for hanging, unknown guy. May the bricks be with you. They do some 4+ sets. You have a spare couple. They're great. Oh, a type of... I see. I have to check that video out then. Yeah, I can't remember. Bless you.
Thank you.
I can't remember what they were called, but the cubes that you'd be able to stack had little magnets on them. I can't remember what they were called, but they were fun. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, they're an old, like, early 2000s, 90s toy. They were good. Oh, what colour green is Hulk? This colour green. I think that might be a bit too dark. So that's the first option. We've got the rounded hands, which looks, I think, a bit too animated, a bit too Lego, you know? I'm not sure how I feel about that. There we go. So maybe get rid of those. And I'm not sure these are going to be much better. But, oh, I don't know, actually. I do like these a little more. Because they do have a fist has quite a, you know, outgoing shape, rounded off knuckles, and quite a triangular body to it. So I think this might be my favorite so far. Little pizza slices in his hands. Not wrong. Give a little video about them. I'd say no problem, Alfie. Would I be interested if you showed me your new Lego set you put on Lego Ideas? Yes, I would be very interested. I used to make Lego sets for Lego Ideas, so I know the effort and, you know, all the hoops they get you to jump through for that. And I still think to this day, the fact that you can't, well, you can like promote it all you want outside of Lego Ideas, but the fact that Lego don't let you share the instructions for it is a big letdown. Imagine if creators like myself could build the sets on Lego Ideas and show them off in person. I think that's a great idea, and that's, again, free promotion. I can't see why Lego would be against it, but yeah, I know it is one of the rules. Technically, you can't share the instructions because they're property at lego.com, and it's kind of like leaking a set in a way. All right, we've gone from pizza slices to gaming mice now. And Hulk has become a drill. I don't like these ones. I thought I would, but I don't know. It's quite like squared off at the bottom, whereas minifigure hands are rounded. I think the perfect scenario would be if we had pieces that were half round with then a quarter round on top. So complex, which you'd also then think that just a round tile would be the perfect option. But I didn't really end up liking the round tile. Oh, pizza slice is the wrong way round. Let's flip that. Get that the right way. And also we've got the open hand at the front, so Hulk can still lift. Hulk can still lift quite many things this way. We're going to have to try that. Maybe that's why they look so good. But your knuckles don't have a split. You're not fighting anyone with like your fingers split open with a gap in between. Because you're going to hit something and it's going to go straight through your hand. But I think I've settled on these as Hulk hands there. The reverse pizza slice. Invert them. Flat sides at the front like knuckles. Oh, that would look good, wouldn't it? Instead of the slight round. Okay. Yeah, that looks better than the gaming mice. I see. Kind of like teeth, and like, yeah, I guess that's the closest we can get. It's definitely a lot better than the triangular rounded. Let me show this off to the camera so you get a good look. Even though it's blurry, you can still see the shapes. There you go. So we've got the triangular fist, which looks like he's holding a fan. It does look like he's holding a fan, or the knuckle. What do we think? Welcome back, Blue Fire. What do I think? Also, a good place, Ben, to advertise idea sets is over on the community. I have a community on YouTube which kind of works like Discord, say, but it's only available on mobile devices at the minute. So if you head over to, let's see if I can show you how this works, because I'm not exactly sure myself how YouTube are dealing with this, but it's same rules apply in regards to what YouTube do and don't allow. So try not to get yourself banned. But if you head over, there we go. Oh look, Master Mouldie live right now. If you head over to my channel page, you will see a visit community button, and if you press that, it takes you to a community where most of you should be able to share your own, I don't know how I before I pop it up. Has anyone shared anything? Oh, I only just shared the 8080 22 hours ago. But for instance, if you built a mock like this, you'd be able to share it to the community. Other people can see it, and you don't have to. You have to create a channel. You don't have to create a channel. You have to create an account to post, but you don't need a channel. And this goes out to all of my subscribers, all of yous. So you get to see everyone else's designs. It's annoying for me that there is a way to see my posts, but not a way to see everyone else's posts. So here we have Zachary, who uploaded the idea for low-key stuff, which we did end up building. So very happy to have done that. Great design. We built it exactly how it was. And if any of you have any other little ideas similar to the 80RT, which I also ended up building, that was an idea that popped up in chat. Any of you have any other ideas like that you'd like to see me build or think could be useful for anything, go post them over there. Or minifigures. I've seen a few minifigures as well. Not just Star Wars. Obviously, most of those will be Star Wars related, maybe the odd Marvel and other theme. But anything Brick Built, go share it over there. Maybe not even Brick Built. Maybe it's just an entire display of your Star Wars figures. I did like the flat side at the front, so that's what we've gone for. Would you be able to post a small video of your mock as well, or is it only pics? That's what I was intrigued with a stop motion. I think it's only pictures, but I haven't tried GIFs yet. I haven't tried GIFs, so the stop motion Lego app saves it as a video. If you were to try and cut that down to a GIF, maybe YouTube would allow that. But I think it's just pictures. Can you take a picture of your newest set? Yes, of course. Feel free to share it over there. Any new builds, it doesn't have to be a new set. It can be an old set that you've got, maybe a white whale, perhaps. I picked up one of mine recently, and I'm going to record that video after the stream. So hopefully that'll be out tomorrow, and I'm excited to share that. But I'm saving it for the video. I'm not announcing anything on here. No sneak peeks, no spoilers. You have to wait for that one. There we go. We've done Hulk, we've done Strange, we've done Iron Man, we've done War Machine, we've done Tony. I'm still not sure with Pepper Potts. Maybe I can get like a laptop. Maybe we can get some sort of computer to be working on something for Tony. I feel like there's got to be something else for Pepper Potts, especially for the unsuited version. Maybe, I feel like Lego have made a suited version actually. Maybe we can make one if Lego haven't, or I don't know for Pepper Potts. So, back to Hawkeye's bow. Let's see what else we've got in the comments. So we got the clip piece. Instead of the clip piece, we could use a bar. That would have been easier to tie the string to. Definitely going to think of that for next time. Maybe brown thin feathers instead of the angled pieces. Yes, so with the feathers, I think it would have. However, the feathers can't have any clip or bar on the end, and we could still tie string around it. I just think it's going to be a lot harder. So if we had some sort of element to go down the middle, or maybe we could just straight up use the feathers, because my original I put it out this morning. I bet I parted it. No, here it is. The original concept for the bow was going to be making a use of rangefinders. So using feathers isn't too dissimilar to this. 2 rangefinders on the end of what we like to call the com link. The 2-length bar with a bit in the middle, and it does shrink it quite a bit compared to the Hawkeye bow. So I don't think I'm going to be using feathers, but that is a good idea, especially if you don't want the string down the middle. If you just want the bow, feathers would really look good. Pepper Potts has a suited version. Oh, it's a good point. So we could get a suited version and replace Pepper Potts, but I feel like that's cheating. What Accessories with pepper pots need. All right. I will look out for that newest set, Blue Fire. I would go through it on my phone, as you posted on, but it is slowly dying because I chose to charge the camera instead. So maybe we can do a stream. Actually, maybe no promises, but maybe we could do a stream where I go through and take a look at all the community stuff as well. Similar to the stream where I review the Lego stuff, but we just go through, I can pop it up on screen and we can look through everyone's builds. That sounds like a fun time. Hawkeye is great as is. I think so too. There is one comment I'm searching for. I think the bow's good. The bow's good, but maybe on the back we can change the element that holds the arrows. I kind of want to get a clip on there and switch that up. Got an idea to make the string piece, use one of those bendable bars on Lego racing car sets. We did try to use the bendable bar and I did have a big one that I could cut down. I went with the string because the bendable bar may make it look a bit like the entire bow and the bar are the same thickness. I like how the string is proportional almost. Maybe it's a bit too thin if anything. Thank you, Alfie. Or a suit up mock. We could add like bits of a suit to Pepper Potts. I've seen a few people do it with Iron Man, where like the legs one color, the arms one color, they're holding like a plate that will eventually become part of the suit. That could be quite good. But for Pepper Potts out of the suit, there's gotta be something. Got to be something. Instead of thread, could you use a Spider-Man web piece? Yes, there is another. There's even a black one that has 2 studs on the end that we could have cut down for this. And the Spider-Man one does have bars on it. So perhaps that's a way we could try and clip an arrow or something to it. We can clip an arrow using a few double clips. Get a clip on the side and get the arrow. But, that's something that someone said about the hand that Hawkeye was holding it in. There's the Hulk comments. We have to scroll back up. There are pieces to all this. Even Captain America has his own shield element. But where's the fun in using that? Can I swap the hand the bow is in? Currently it's in his drawing hand, which is not the gloved hand which you'd hold it normally. So yes, I can. Thank you to M&M's213 for pointing that out. Similar mistake I made when we built the Theed hangar for Maul and Qui-Gon and Kenobi to face off. I put them in the wrong hands. So I guess the bow is being held in the left hand that's coming across. Make sure the thread is the right way. And it makes it a little hard for Hawkeye to, use it. But I guess he is going to be shooting, like looking to the left, pulling it back, letting go, and it's on the left-hand side. So maybe he's standing half on. That way he can show off not only the bow, and he can hold the arrow, but also he can show off whatever we decide to do for the back of him at the same time. That's a different display to the rest. He's got some trick arrows on his legs as well from Hawkeye. And I like the look of that. So just have to imagine an arrow in that hand. I don't know where my arrows are. The backpack could be a 1x2 tiled angle on a neck bracket. Simple but nice. Yes. It doesn't have to hold the arrow. It just has to be a nice little pouch. So this is where the fun begins, because I don't know where any of these pieces are. These are all based on comments, and I could have scrolled through the comments and got them all prepared earlier. Or should we use wands? I think wands would work, and we'd be able to fit a few in. I'm sure I've got an actual Lego backpack. I got a few different backpack elements here. So let's see if any fit wands. Just pass it out there. Look, come on. There we go. I guess the bow is pretty heavy to be weighted out. Ton of wings. We have this bucket, which is a bit shallow. That could hold a few. Ones for arrows. You can also angle them in the hand to make it more accurate. Thank you, Ben. So, do I have any black wands? Yes, look at that. The whole bag of wands from the spare Harry Potter minifigures. Some of these you even get multiples of in a set, or like in the CMFs we got a load of them. So they're still on their sprues as well. Tell you what, these and rangefinders, especially with the new ones and the new rangefinders coming out, I don't know what I'm going to do with all of these. We're going to have a ton of arrows and a ton of record players dotted around. And then the wand fits on the bow. And yeah, like you say, we can angle then the wand dependent on where we want to fire it. Just got to scoot it to the edge of the hand. And there we are. There's Hawkeye with a bow and arrow. Now, we could potentially get like one of these, one of the little baby backpacks, and just put a ton of arrows in it. Or what I'm tempted to do is design a backpack like this, like a genuine backpack, maybe cut off the top and just add some holes in it for arrows to sit in, but that's modifying too many pieces here. The whole point of this is we're not coming up with brand new custom elements and I want to drill holes in a backpack. I guess it's not a new element if it's a damaged element. Oh, or these Ninjago sword holders. I wonder if they fit any wands inside them, because the arrows are coming out over the right shoulder, which is where the swords come out, over the right shoulder, and we could at least get 2 arrows, can we? No, oh, we can kind of get the arrow halfway in. Oh, that is tempting. It does have a massive variety. Hello there, BR Bricks. BR Bricks. Hello there, Jimster 8. Backpack could be. What we need is one of those Lord of the Ring backpacks as well, or Lego to come out with the exact same element that has just a tube in it for like 2 wands. That's all we really need to fit. For stop motion, I don't think they're going to be firing much more. Or an element that does fit a few different wands. Something like a grill. A grill would work because you could probably fit a few of the ones in it. Hello there. We are improving the Lego Avengers. So we're making a ton of custom weapons. We've got even Hulk's hands, our Lego tiles. We've done Thor's hammer. We've brick built that using a few Lego bricks. And we've also done Loki's staff. And we have done Hawkeye's bow. I want the clearest there. Bow and arrow. We're just working on the quiver, which is, once we've done the quiver, we can apply that to both Hawkeyes. That'd be a good idea. Where was I? Just posted something in the community. Thank you. I will check that out after the stream. In the opposite, working on your first big clone base. Nice. You've sorely miscalculated the amount of vegetation. Thankfully, a lot of the plants are on the pick and build wall. Otherwise, that would be a very expensive, well, probably is still very expensive, but it'd be even more expensive than it already is. Nice, no problem, Alfie. This is the backpack piece I was looking for. But the problem with them is they're all so shallow. So we're going to have to get like a ton of arrows in here. And then again, we aren't using bricks, we're using other elements. What I was thinking is with the grill, it does have a few holes in it. We've done this before with, we'll grab them all. We've done this before with the battle droids. If you've ever done a custom battle droid backpack where you take a 1x2 grill tile and then you take one of the like antennas and pop it off the base and stick it between these, maybe we can do the same with a Harry Potter wand. Stick the antennas just through it, and we might, just might, get a few extra arrows in here, because that holds on. And then if we can angle them through the bottom, that's what, at least 4 arrows sticking out the top of the back, because they can sit through like that. There you go. And the one sticks out. We can get one underneath it. I don't think we can get many more than that. But what have we got? A black quiver, and I think someone had a brown quiver as well. We might give that to the other Hawkeye minifigure. And then to secure it on, we just need one of the back studs. We've got brown one, black one, perfect. There's the 1x1 tile that we all know should have been in the Juggernaut on those Nova Corps minifigures. Can't believe it wasn't. I think we've got a few different colours. There's a light grey. I think they've made it in dark grey as well. A load of different colours for this back. A dark brown. A very dark brown piece. So there's a few different variants of this backpack that you can make. And I guess we could do one in an extra dark brown. But we don't have a third minifigure to give it to. So we won't be making extra weapons just yet till we've done it all. Ordered 100 grassy pieces from Bricklink, and as soon as they got here, needed more. Oh, so double charge in delivery. Yeah, 100 sounds like a lot until you got it in front of you. Hello there, Nathan and Archer. What am I going to do about Black Widow? I was going to add some staffs until someone did point out in the movie she only has pistols. So we've given Natasha some DC-15s from Star Wars. She's got the Star Wars pistols in hand, and they're a bit squarier than the regular Lego pistol. They match up. I assume she had 2. I've got used to giving clones 2 of these. I didn't even think to check if it was 1 or 2, but yeah, she's got 2 of the pistols. I don't think there's much else we can do physically with bricks. Maybe we could add like a silencer to the pistol, something like that. But I'm not sure. Not sure what else brick-wise we can add. So once Hawkeye's got his menagerie of arrows, once he's got his menagerie of arrows, we can start work on Cap's shield, I guess. Oh, has this split it? Oh yeah, look at that. No worries, I've got a ton of these plates, but remove the arrows. Oh no, it's gone back now. It was forcing these apart at the top and actually split the middle one off. It split the middle piece. So do these legally fit in here? Or is this an illegal technique? Ooh. Let's see if we can fit 2. Yeah, it seems to be all right. I think it's the both sides. They don't fit in both sides, only one. Well, that's not good. We want 4 arrows. Is there another piece we can use for it? I should try some of Iron Man's accessories from Infinity War. There are a load of unique pieces, but the aim of the game is to not use... Isn't to not use pieces like this shield. It would be perfect for Captain America, but instead we're going to be brick building and improving upon the version in the shop. Need to go to your local Lego store. Hopefully it's a bit closer than mine. Once they've ordered this, yeah, should be set on them forever until you build your next mock at least. Then you realise you need even more than before. Hopefully you can fill up, and that will be enough. I wonder if instead of using this single bracket, if we used the double bracket and got 2 studs in there, we could then fit one of these down the side. What we need Lego to do is come up with a piece that has 3 clips in it, like a triple clip element. Or instead of breaking them off their sprue, I wonder if there's a way to just attach a sprue. There's got to be a way to house more of these, to just have a bunch of these going into, like, I guess we could have the 4 tips going into a stud. Or what if we attach a neck bracket onto a neck bracket? Because this neck bracket will have space for multiple. Oh, apologies for that. Same with the closest Lego store. It probably would on a decent traffic day be 4.5 hours. Yeah, it's annoying that I have to go into London for the Lego store, my closest Lego store, but it's also really good because I love the London Lego stores. So if we fit 4 ones into here, no, 2 ones, 3 ones. Oh, 3 ones fit. 3 ones are too loose. So 4 ones must fit. Yes. So we can fit 4 one. Oh no. We need that wand. Maybe we can get a little, like, Technic. There's got to be a backpack that attaches a Technic piece or something. Because in the space of a stud, we can fit 4 wands, which is 4 arrows. She uses 2. Thanks, Archer. We got confirmation that Black Widow does indeed use 2 pistols. I keep holding them so close. You can zoom in on a mobile if you do want to have a close-up of this figure. There we go. Keeping both of those pistols. I guess we also need to get the knives for Sylvie. But if we can fit 4 of these in... Oh, there is that Technic piece that we could use that has the hole on it. This one. So we'd fit 4 arrows in here. I don't know how easy it would be to fit them. No, they don't fit in. It doesn't feel as comfortable as it did on the other one. And then we've also got to have to fit these on somewhere without that stud sticking out over the shoulder. Ooh. We need a Technic backpack. That's what we need. Bit of Technic, just a hole that sticks out. Surprised they haven't made an actual backpack besides like this one, because that's quite an old mold. And we can fit a ton of arrows in there, or we can slot a ton of arrows through the actual bag, through the shoulder bag. Made a good mock for the Winter Soldier's gun from Captain America 2 and Thunderbolts, but you don't have one piece to make it. Oh, thankfully, I have a 3D printer and that solves all my worries. It's an expensive fix, but if you are into designing things, I would recommend a 3D printer for that one piece, either one piece that you don't have and one piece that Lego has made, or colors that Lego haven't made. I can 3D print a Lego piece and cut it up. I can color it in a different color. I can do things that Lego haven't done and that you probably shouldn't do to an expensive Lego brick. And I do recommend, definitely recommend that. Where's the... Alright, Hawkeye. I tell you what, we can't use Hawkeye as our test dummy. Let's see which minifigure we've got here. Harry Potter. Harry Potter from the new polybag is going to be our test dummy so that we can see just how many. And it's going to be a bald Harry Potter. A bald, no hair Harry Potter. Because I think the hairpiece for Harry gets in the way. So we've got the sash round the shoulder. Can we fit? No. Okay, that doesn't work. That's all right. What about one of these backpacks? It's still a molded piece, still not perfect, but we'd have to point these down as well. But we can lean these over to one side, so we could get a ton of arrows in this one. That might be the way to go. Like how almost all of my shorts start with hello there. Has to be done. But a lot of brick built blasters and portable cannons for Star Wars. Yes, I definitely want to use this to improve my Star Wars mocks. A lot of the clones get the same blaster, and I think if I could build custom ones like Hammer for Thorn, that's definitely one that I need to give. I don't know what I did last. Oh, I gave Thorn's Thor Hammer. Definitely need to brick build that one. All right, that works. No, it doesn't. That's just fallen out. We need to put more arrows in here, but it works if you have at least like 8 arrows in the backpack, or we can flip them around so they're spiky end out, and they do make them look a bit thinner. I think then because they're bottom heavy, they're not falling out. Ooh. So it should be even better with the other one, I think, with a bucket. So I don't know where this is from. I assume it's from a flower-themed minifigure, but it does look like a plant pot, which is fun. Uses a small Han Solo, this for the Winter Soldier gun, isn't it? Uses a small Han Solo dinner plate piece and the new stud for the hand accessories, but instead of a bar, it's a clip and a stud that was in the Miles Morales on the police car light. Ooh. Maybe we can build Bucky, maybe we can build Bucky that then, in place of the shield. I think today I'm probably going to work with a shield, but I'll have to check that out. If you do have the step-by-step or any photos of it, feel free to share them to the community. I'll take a look, and then I might upgrade that down the line, because that sounds like a good combination. So for the arrows, I think using the backpacks is one of the best that we've come to, or the 2 studs. We didn't try that out. It's between the backpack and the many arrows, or the 2 studs and the, well, the not many arrows, because each, oh, they don't fit. Oh, wait. These don't fit. But what if we could create a hoop with 2 studs rather than 1? Ooh. Now this has got me thinking. What we could do is have some of the tiles with the bar sticking out. Biggest brain moment was using the many extra Darth Vader neck pieces for a small shield. Oh, I think I've got a ton of them here. Could we implement them into holding arrows by any means? Because they do have quite a sheath-like appearance, but we'd need to like double stack them, something like that, so they could then act as a little catch. I don't think there's a way to tie them together, not without blocking them though. But that would have been cool if we could have used those. No way of connecting those, although again we've got another back piece that we could use, which is that Spider-Man Iron Man back piece that has a load of bar elements sticking out, but no real way to clip arrows to them. Any way to build a pocket? Or the 4 studs, would that work with Vader? I think for now we might have to stick with the Lego piece, the one that Lego have made, and I'll come back, and if anyone can think of an improvement for this back piece, I think then I'll come back and work on it then. But whilst we've got the other Avengers here, let's work on Cap's shield And let's just see if there was anyone that said about anyone that said about all of the improvements for Hawkeye. Here we go, the silver shield, the baton, Spider-Man's web. I think the Batarang. I tell you what, Batarang would be an interesting concept, because you could just give the comm element for a typical Lego piece that looks like a Batarang. There you go. Tiny little Batarang here. Or you could, yeah, there's no real way to do it. I guess if you wanted to add some detail to the side, you can use the Ninjago Dragon Hill either side of that, but not make it look like a bat. Some elements are good. I think the Batarang's up there with the good elements. And anyone else? Right, so on to the Captain America shield. Let's go. Let's see what everyone's been saying, because there are a lot of good improvements for this. What if I use an actual bucket piece with the bucket handle on a neck bracket and a 1x1 clip on the neck bracket, and then clip the bucket handle so that he has a bucket on his back and angle it? All right, hold up, go back. We are still working on Hawkeye here. I keep seeing Thor and just getting distracted on the side. So, bucket, and hello there, Fernando. Welcome to the stream. Let's see if I can find a bucket first. Ooh, that must be in here, I'd assume. Yeah, there's one of the pots. All right, that piece always at the bottom, isn't it? Always at the bottom. No more, no less. Don't think we'll need those. I've still got a spare Mr. Bones here. I don't really know what to do with it. Where do I put the box? I like that. Bucket idea is probably going to be the one, because similar to the backpacks, we could get so many more arrows in there. I don't need that. Where did all the wands go? Yeah. Don't want to lose those. But also, you'd be able to clip it on and off Hawkeye, which makes it a lot like without removing the head, without removing tons of other pieces. So may the bricks be with you, Blue Fire. What we could do is pop it off to refill it, and you wouldn't have to worry about knocking any more of the minifigure off. So, bucket. Right. Where was it? Oh, it's still in there. There you go. Basically, poured it all out. Do we have a second bucket in here? As I'm putting them back, that would save me going through this thing for another time. 3 saucepans. Don't know where I got those. Ah, nope. Ah, yes. There's another bucket. So we've got one for both of the Hawkeyes. That'll make it a little bit quicker. There we go. Nice wings in there. Might be the Fortnite butterfly. The like crystallized one that flies around. I don't want to put these back in case they break. Old translucent pieces are very fragile. There are a lot of lightning and Gungan shields. You definitely tell which theme I enjoyed the most growing up, even with all the city pieces mixed in between. There we go. Wolverine's claw would be nice to add to a back clip to, you know, fake a ton of different arrows, but we can also angle the pot. So I think we're getting 3 arrows inside. Can we get the third? 1, 2, 3. That's not all the way. That's not. I think we can only get 2 top side down. And then we could flip one. Maybe we could flip two. Oh, yes. Maybe we just get more arrows in upside down. There we are. So there's our bucket. The handle will hold in a lot of these at the top. So whereas it was top heavy and spilt last time, 5. Oh, how many can we fit in? A lot more. 6. 7. Should say it after I get it put in the bucket. 8. Come on. 9. I think 9 is the max, because they've all perked up now. So 9 arrows in each of these buckets. Could use a Wolverine claw for that arrows. Yes, could do. I like the fact that we get actual arrows in here. I would love to brick build a Hulk. I brick built a red Hulk based on the Knuckles mech. Did that, I think that was around the time Captain America was announced, or it might have been shortly after I saw the movie. And I could do a similar thing for the Hulk. I think I got this Hulk in a mech, if I'm not wrong. I might be wrong in saying that. I know it was a while before I got the Hulk. Might have been the last of these figures that I actually picked up. But I'm pretty sure it was in a mech. And with the Miles Morales mech coming out next year, which I do have that set already, not next year's. I have the old Miles Morales set. I think going back and... oh, avoided that. I think going back and building my old Thor mech and the Captain America mech that I never got, never picked up the set. That would be lovely to do. So I'm probably going to rebuild a ton of Avengers mechs. Maybe after brick building their weapons, we can brick build them as mechs. It's like a part 2. Totally goes back to back. Hello there, Owlman. Yeah, I have to check that out. Didn't see that. And then we need handles, clips. Oh, and the backpacks that I put away. Totally forgot about that. I'm going to theme one of them in reddish brown, which actually we could match their hair, or we could go opposites. So Hawkeye has the black one, and other Hawkeye with the black hair has the brown one. That way they're kind of matching up in a pair. I think that'll be quite nice for the two of them. Now that means we need the clips as well. Oh, perfect on top. Perfect. Could not have asked for that to have been easier to find. If only the handles are as easy. I think they're in the same bag as the vehicle handlebars. But that assumes that I know which bag the vehicle handlebars are in, which I do not. So they're in here somewhere. Let's see. So many pieces, the antennas. No, oh, there, the handlebars. Oh, they're not in here. Ooh. Ooh, this is not a common element. I don't assume I have enough of these to put in their own bag. Surely they're in with something else. Or were they in here? With the buckets, you'd think. I don't think they were. Right, might have their own bag. Might be in the other drawer. I'll have a little look for them. If I can't find them, I'll have a look after the stream. I've got a few things to part out. So I might... oh wait, found them. I might find a ton of other pieces that I've been looking for recently as well. There's been so many elements that have... that especially ones that I think I know where they are until I look for them. And I have a look and then they won't be where I think they are. Always fun when that happens. We'll go with black and tan because I don't have brown handles. So I guess the brown arrows are for the other Hawkeye. Nope. Yes, the other Hawkeye. And then we'll get black arrows for Hawkeye. There's our bucket full of arrows. And then with the 1x1 clip and the neck bracket, they might stick out just a little bit more than the actual bucket piece. We could lower them. Oh, we could, come on. Oh no. That's all right. We know it's easy to refill. Would it be just as easy on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can we still fit 9 in with the clip? Oh, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8's good. 9 is too much. So I guess we've still got 8 of the arrows. And then we need a Hawkeye. Get rid of that old element. No longer needed. And then add the new one. Oh. 7. We're losing arrows. Quick, use them. Oh, hey. There we go. Even fits with the hairpiece. Might look a little... There's probably another way we could have added this on as well. And if we remove half the arrows, we could get the bucket underneath and just get like 3 arrows in the back. If you didn't want that many arrows falling out. There we go. That's not that bad. Bucket on the back, or slide it across, and look, you can squeeze them in the side. Oh yes, this is my favorite way of doing it. That way you've got nothing sticking out the back, and you've got the arrows just in the right hand side, right over the shoulder, ready to be pulled. And that's a nice look, especially from the front where you can see all of the arrows. So we're going to stick with only 3 arrows plus the 4th in Hawkeye's hand, because, you know, movie magic when it comes to arrows. No, this is a great idea. And just to shout out, Archer Garstone in the live chat this was from. In case you're watching it back without the live chat replay, which is also available. Thank you very much for the comment. You can fit up to 9 arrows in this, and even if you want all 9 arrows, you can still reduce it as the arrows are used down to maybe 3 or 4, fitting just over the shoulder through the little gap. We're going to use the brown. No, we're going to use the dark brown arrows because they're the ones that I've got to hand. Maybe a trick arrow in there. You never know what Hawkeye's got up his sleeves. This Hawkeye doesn't even have sleeves, so it'd be impressive if anything was up there. And I like the side angle, looking down the bow. There we are. The arrows on the back, and then the brick built bow, which this is nice. I feel like this might get a bit of people will ask questions if this was in a new Lego Marvel set, just because we've had the bow pieces and the quivers and that for so long now. But I also feel like there will be some people that whack that in like a play set. Maybe it's more of a collector set with how fragile the arrow sling is, but people wouldn't question it as much because it works. It's functional and it looks good. It's functional, it looks good, and it fits, and that's what we want. So the Avengers so far, we've still got the Chitauri. The Chitauri, what weapons do the Chitauri have? I feel like a gold blaster is needed, but I'm not sure if they had blasters. The knives for Sylvia. I was hoping there'd be one in here as I open this up. There's a fork, but there's no knife. We've got some bandages as well. No one has. Did Pepper Potts ever have a bandage? Does that work? I don't think that works exactly. Also, characters that do have gloves on, that's the perfect element. Oh, which two Spider-Man CMF minifigures are you looking to pick up? Two randomly? Bucket with a handle. Sometimes the handles are in here. Let me get rid of that. No handles in the accessory tub. Yeah, I was going to go back to Smith's yesterday and have a little look at the new sets until I realised that there's the Wally set, there's the Cruella de Vil car, and there's the CMFs, and that is it. And it's a long way just to look at those, and well, also not a very entertaining video, is it? I get the CMFs could definitely be if I were picking them all up, but just seeing them in the store, I'll save it for another time. It has to be a case of I'm in the store and there's the CMFs, then I'll pick them up. Oh, candy cane. And the new gingerbread in the new AT-AT, which looks awesome. No knives, that's it. Let's make a mess and find some, and then we'll work on Captain America's shield, maybe afterwards. Use the bandage for Spider-Man web in the offhand. Oh yeah, it's like a web piece. I have a few different Spider-Men. Maybe we'll make some brick built displays for them. Well, I guess brick built display a web is just like a 1x1 stud. Right, knives. Screwdriver. I have a feeling my knives are in perhaps a different tub. We've got the Thanos gauntlets, the Star-Lord pistols, a load of sci-fi weapons. No sword elements, knives. Oh, Moon Knight's piece is a really nice one as well. No knives. All right, I'll grab those. Maybe even the Moon Knight. Not Moon Knight. The Wolverine element for like multiple knives. What do I think about the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory set? I think it makes for a really good display. I'm impressed with how LEGO have done it, because it feels like LEGO have gone above and beyond for the actual build of it, not just the minifigures. And the fact that all but one Oompa Loompa fit in that boat is impressive. I would have, if you hadn't shown me the set and made me draw it out or made me build it myself, I would have thought they'd have gone with one side, maybe the chocolate fountain, and then a little green bit, and then a boat off to the side, you know. But especially for an ideas set, there are some really good ones out there, but a lot of the time LEGO will subtract a part. Whereas for this, it feels like they've been pretty true to the original. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed with how it's been done. And hopefully we get a little bit extra with Wallace and Gromit, and they give us some minifigures with that one. Your local LEGO store did a thing where they allowed pre-orders for new CMFs, and you can't find any Spideys. Oh, that's crazy. They allowed the pre-orders. There's one of the pieces that I was going to use for an arrow with a thicker head. They wouldn't fit in the bucket. Maybe one. Oh, and there's another Captain America shield. Must be a newer one because it doesn't have the red back. Nice design though. All right, we'll get onto that. Need knives for Sylvia. I've golden gun for the Chitari. And Stormbreaker I'm going to give to Lady Jane because Thorn needs Milner, so maybe they can swap. And then Bucky's going to get the Silver Shield, which I think we were all happy with this design for the Silver Shield. The silver dish on the other dish. But, someone said, let's find the comment. They do make a 1x1 round with a start in blue. There is one that is part of an old Friends set. No, Dots bracelet. One that's part of an old Dots bracelet. And there's also this one here, a 2x2 circular tile print with Cap's shield design. So I could use that piece. And one of the silver shields with the stud on top. Yes, I want to have a little look. That's the 2x2. I don't remember seeing any shields. I do have one of those shields from an old CMF with the stud on top, but I think shield. I had a drawer actually. I wonder if it's in there. I have a drawer with a few different elements, so that would work with a 2x2. I still feel like it's kind of cheating using a specific design, an element designed to have a printed tile on top, but I'm surprised we haven't seen more of that for Captain America. The 2x2 shield in general works well because it could be launched out of things, which is what I think this tile print is from. It was launched out of a ship. How are we going to do this? Yeah. We just add some plates stacked on top of each other for Wolverine's claw. Could you imagine? They make a 1x1. This is what I was looking for. 1x1 round with the start printed on top. And it's for Space Captain America's backpack. They have 2 of these on top. And I might use that in place. It's in a blue. But I could nab the design from that, the printing from the top, and add it to a dark blue. Or just use a blue. Honestly. I think blue works. It doesn't have to be a dark blue because we have the dark blue minifigure. And then we can get around doing it that way. Just saying, you release an updated version of the Fig Scout AT-RT. Mr. Vader, we were talking about that earlier. The AT-RT here that I did make a few modifications with. I wouldn't call them improvements, just modifications. Just little things that I would have done. Really like the fact that the front can fold down. So I removed the studs on top. But you've made an updated version. And the video will be out tomorrow. I will definitely have a little look at that. See what's been updated, what's been improved from the original model, because it is a great model. And the fact also that it can fold right down so that the minifigures can climb on. I mean, look, that's the height of Captain America. That's 180 centimeters tall now. That is, for those of you that want to know, that is this tall. Pretty much this tall, the AT-RT is. You climb on and then it shoots up to, oh, it's got to be like almost 4 meters tall, right? Double the height of Captain America. There we go. No idea about this. If a Lego idea submission gets rejected, do they tell you, or does it just never get posted for others to see? I've never had a Lego idea. No, I have, and it does tell you. You get an email. You get an email because Lego did take down one of my early castle designs, and it was because I had the flag color was blue and yellow. I don't know if it was even in the style of the Ukraine flag, but it was when the news were getting all about the Ukraine-Russia conflict. And I, not to belittle it, but you know, for Lego ideas, I think it's weird how unpolitical they are. It's not great for a company as big as Lego, for them to be anti-political is yeah, not great. But because it was a yellow and a blue flag on my castle, didn't realize it whatsoever, completely coincidental. They removed it, and I got an email I think a few days later, and you get the typical you know, what they say. But they also, when you submit something to Lego Ideas initially, it takes a while to check through it. They must have missed this, and this was up for like a month or so. This was one of their activities that they had, and no one noticed it. And then one day someone must have just logged on from Lego, seen it, gone, oh, that looks really good, shown someone, and they've gone, oh, but that flag. And clearly it just, one day they woke up and disagreed with it. But yeah, they have a little check-in system, so it takes a few days for it to be publicly available, and then when it is, you know, they can take it down whenever, but chances are so low of that happening. They really have to find something problematic with it. And I think the problem with my castle's big on ideas. I knew this, so it was doing pretty well in the contest, and someone must have said about it. It might have even been a comment or something that brought the attention. A turret from Portal 2. Oh, nice. Lego have made a Portal 2. They've made a turret, I don't think. I can't remember what the build was. You had the player and you had one of the bots. Maybe it was only the twin pack. A level pack for Lego Dimensions. So I wonder if there was a turret in Lego Dimensions. You had all the details you can. Nice. Can't wait to see the updated 80. Can't wait to see the ATRT. So many good scale. Can't wait. Yeah, there are so many good ones, especially with the Juggernaut. The fact that the Lego set doesn't come with one makes people build it, which I think that's the right thing to do. I think Lego should just, you know, forget about the side build, maybe advertise like their own custom side build with it and get people to build their own. Maybe set it up August 1st. There should have been a pick and build station by the wall. Most of the parts needed to build one. Clips and bars were there. Could have set up a little almost like a make and take, but then you have to buy the bricks that you're using. I think the Star-Lord pistol is your favorite accessory piece Lego has ever made. It's a beautiful piece. One cassette's delicious too, yeah. Which bricks taste the best though? Have I made a Stormbreaker yet? Because you got a design for that? I haven't, and I'm stuck between two Lego designs. So if you post your design to the community, I'll take a little look and probably end up building a mixture of that and Lego. I don't always copy everything. Sometimes I do make a little improvement. A little personal twist in there. Don't worry, you'll be referenced. The 2x2 was from the pilot cap plane. There you go. For the hand of the cap shield, you could use the piece from Beast Microscope. Oh, I just had that. That was just in here, because I also have one in a different colour from, I think it was the Space CMF. It's been used quite a bit in the Space CMF. Yeah, the 1x1 with the handle over the side, which I think would work for the bar sticking out. But let's get through. So we've got the 1x1 for the top. I don't own the Space Captain America, but I will be getting stickers of that print. So that will be added on for the final video. Say final video. We're going to be making improvements on this for years to come. And I don't think it'll ever stop. There will always be new Lego elements we can use. Third one, the 3 shields that were up for grabs was this silver shield here. We also had this multicolored shield, which I think we're going to add something to the end of. And then there was like a plate and tile with the little flower on the end, which this piece isn't made in blue, but there is meant to be, I think there's a flower. Oh, okay. A pneumatic T-piece. That's in here. I just saw a ton of those. Where was it? There's a bit of Technic in here. That's not meant to be here. We've got some of these pistol elements. I think that could be quite a decent replacement if the T-bars don't work. Very close to it. And then they were in here, weren't they? They might be in the other drawer. Why? Oh no, found them. Yes. There we go. So what the T-bars are really useful for is not only could we stick one in, you know, the T-bar way and get the handle out there so that Cap can still be holding the shield, holding it out to the side, holding it out to the front, spinning it around, but it also clips on the back. Well, yeah, we've used the neck bracket, haven't we? What we can do, steal that one, borrow it, I guess, as it's Lego. Started and finished your UCS 80 ST yesterday. Very easy build. I can't say I found it very easy, but yes, it's a nice build, isn't it? Still working on a display to incorporate mine with a new recolor of the Snowspeeder that just came out for Rebuild the Galaxy, which, by the way, like 2 weeks to go till Rebuild the Galaxy, and then I think there's only like 6 weeks after that. There's something like 6 weeks between the Star Wars and Marvel specials. So we should be getting a trailer as soon as Rebuild the Galaxies come out. We should be getting a trailer for Strange Tales, which I'm excited for. There's the shield on Cap's back. Absolutely massive. Maybe we can spin that down on, so it's over the body and it clips on the back. Or what we could do, because this pulls off the clip, is have the T-bar in sideways. So that top bar stops the shield from coming out. Cap can still hold that if you want him to. But there's also that second bar at the back, which I think just helps him hold it easier side on. Hold it just like so, where he can then throw it forward, sort of frisbee it around, and then this will just clip in on the side. And there's a bit of a gap there. Bit of a gap I would like to fill, but it's not much different to if it was being held on with a clip. And we can see that by getting the clip in at the same time. Come on. There you go. Still got the gap in there. It's a fraction smaller, half a plate smaller with the clip. So I have to see. Posted your turret set idea on the Discord. Yes, I will definitely be checking that out. Can't figure out how to do the community thing yet. No problem, because I'm still figuring out what exactly YouTube's goal is with it. You know, I'm not sure what they're trying to do. I don't see how they can really go forward with it, but I need to double check everything's good on my end anyway. Am I going to get any of the modular buildings, Marvel modulars or regular? Am I going to get any modulars? I don't think there's any modulars on my scope to pick up. There's a few that I wouldn't mind building, like the museum. But the thing with the museum is I wouldn't want to build the Lego museum. I'd build like the exterior and then I'd fill it with my own little bits, because we did have a museum going for the old city and I never got to furnish that. So I might recolor the museum into like into a dark tan. I think it's a light tan, like a dark or a light tan building, make it look brick built and then furnish it. I might do that at some point, but that's one of the ideas that's on my list, that if I get a day I've got nothing to do, I'm going to be building the museum and checking that out. I think that would just look great on display for like a month and I can tear it down. I've had it out, got the pictures. Thinking of doing a regular gunship. But you got to... but getting custom tiles for the artwork. Yes, I do want to do a recolor of the gunship as well. I'm hoping that I don't pick up a lot of sets next year and can get a load of these done, because we're running out. I've got Mockember planned for December, so that's pretty much December out of the way. November, I got a few other Christmas bits that I want to get done as well leading up. Then October, end of October, I do want to build the Haunted Mansion. Hopefully I can get either the set or the pieces. I think £80 a lot. I'll see what pieces I already have. But the minifigures seem so good as well. Might have to pick that set up. So I don't think I'll get any of the modular build-ins, but it doesn't mean I won't build them down the line. Because especially the Daily Bugle and the Avengers Tower are great sets. Thinking of doing a regular gunship. Oh, yes. So I'll have to see when I can get the gunship done. If it's not in September, I feel like it will be left till next year. Maybe we can recolor the gunship coming up to May. Maybe I can do a massive display over the entire top of that shelf. Have it like we are getting a new battle pack next year, and there were gunships, regular color gunships, in the Siege of Mandalore. Top shelf Mandalore. Maybe. Just maybe. Hello there, Noah. Nice. The nose art. Yes. The nose art on the gunships is so good. Personally, would ditch the big white dish for a blue one and swap the red for white, a blue one. Ooh, let's see what other big dishes I have. Because I think someone said that there's a red big dish as well. Let's have a little look. Hot take, the candy cane piece for gingerbread Darth Vader should be in the lightsaber hilt instead of the red bar. Yes, I agree with that. A candy cane lightsaber would be awesome. Still a red bar? Oh. Still be on the stream, just won't talk. No problem. I can't wait to see how the ATRT looks. Oh, look at this. Oh, wait. I thought that was solid blue. It's like a pearlescent. Hold on, there's two of them. It's getting out of hand now. There are two of them. Where did I get these from? I have no idea. So here's the dark blue one that I was thinking of. Not that one. And then we also have, I have a red one. I have a translucent red one, which isn't a problem because we are going to get the other elements on top. But what I can do is add this 2x2 dish underneath in perhaps, rather than red, what I could do is do either silver or white. Silver being the vibranium on the back of the shield, and white being the exterior colour. Kind of also matching up that lighter vibranium. There we go. Get a white on the inside. I think silver on the inside is the best, isn't it? So we can get... Well, it's grey. Where did we get the little silver one from? Ah, no. That's more vibranium. The silver metallic. Like that. And then getting a white piece on top. Which I do agree. The red with the white on top does look better than the white with the red on top. I think it's just too much white. Even though there is white on the outside. What would have been perfect is maybe outlining this in white. A little white outline. And then having the either T-bar. Put you there. Either the T-bar or the other element we got. Because similar to the T-bar, it also has the stud poking out. But rather than the T-bar poking out as much as it does, this element only pokes out a tiny little bit. So if we whack this in a shield, it does definitely poke out, but not as much, even with that extra bar bit hanging out as well. It doesn't poke out as much. Let's flip these so you can actually get a bit of light on them both. Let's line them both up. There you go. You can see it doesn't poke out as much, but still has that stud connection if I want to connect it to the back and a handle for Steve to hold. So I think I'm probably going to go with this. I think I probably am. Steve can hold it like that up front, protecting him from the fire. the unfriendly fire coming forward. He can hold it. He can hold it on the side. At least we know it bounces. And he can like throw it and whip it around. Can't post on the community. Maybe YouTube's already disabled the community. That wouldn't be good. I think for posting on the community, you might need so long. There's probably a requirement, is there, for the community? Because it doesn't say when you click into it anything about a requirement, but I assume they're not going to let everyone. Oh, wow, look at that. Blue Fire's latest Lego set, the Sarlacc Pit. That is a really good set. I've still, every time I go Sainsbury's, I know they don't stock it anymore. It's been retired from Sainsbury's here in the UK, but every time I go Sainsbury's, I have a little look, and just to see if they have the set. They had it 75% off when we went in there last time, but didn't have any. So there's another one with my custom designed droid that George picked up, which you can pick. I keep saying there's like 3 left. I don't know if there is any more left with the legs, but there's a few left without the legs. If you want to pick up a torso, front and back detail for the head of your Plo Koon body. And also, I'm thinking of selling these dual coloured legs as well. If you want to be more accurate to Revenge of the Sith, just an R2-D2 head and body works, but the legs have to have that white strip just for the detail. So thank you to everyone that is posting over in the community, and I will have a little look. Might have to contact YouTube, see if there is like a hidden requirement with the community and why some posts aren't showing up or being able to be posted, because it's weird, isn't it? It's weird why it works for some and not for others, but hopefully we'll find an answer. Have to be subbed for 24 hours. Oh, okay. I guess that kind of makes sense for it. 24 hours, a long time though, because especially if you're trying to get people posting over there in the stream. I have to remind everyone then on Thursday about the community. Anyone that wants to post on the community, set an alarm for tomorrow. And then you can post over. Yeah, that does make a bit of sense. All right, we forgive YouTube for that. But at least it tells you. At least you know that it's 24 hours and you don't have to wait much longer than that. So, out of our shields, let's get the blue tiles on and see if there's anything else we can do to them. We've got a few more comments to get through. All you see is posts. Yeah, I hope that they do allow GIFs. I think that could be cool for stop motion, just like a little second there. But they need to have a tab for community members. It's all good you being able to see my posts, but there's a whole page on my channel for my posts. The whole point of it is it's community posts. Get rid of my posts. I don't want to see those. There you go, the shield fits on the back. But what shield design do we like more? That's the original one. I should stand these up. Here's the original one being shown off by an Alec Guinness Kenobi. And that's a... Bless you! Sorry, that's all right. That's a white shield with a red ring on it. We then, from Hyang, have the opposite, and that's a red shield with a white ring on it. And then Coleman Trevor, introducing Coleman, has a blue shield with a white ring on it. Such an odd array of minifigures, isn't it? Kenobi, Hyang, and Coleman. Well, if it works. Oh, here's the other rocket that we could have given to War Machine. That's the original one. Take the blaster out, put the rocket in. You know what? Ooh, I do quite like the lightsaber hilt in there. Maybe we should have the... Oh, yeah, maybe we should have it the other side. Do we still have one of the clips? Yes. Yes, yes we do. Does the blaster fit over the top? Our survey says... Kinda. Yeah, there we go. War Machine's now got 2 weapons over his shoulders, a lightsaber hilt and a blaster. Little upgrade from earlier. Right, question: if you post something to LEGO Ideas but it doesn't get to 10k and goes off the site, do you then have the rights to that build back? Good point, because LEGO own it whilst it's on there. If it doesn't make it to 10k, I think you'd have to be able, you might have to delete it from LEGO Ideas. I don't know their fine print, because as long as it's submitted to LEGO Ideas, so if you remove it off there, then you'd probably get them back. I still think it's crazy though that they take all submissions. They should have something be signed when it reaches 10k, and up until that point, share away. Because like I say, free advertising. Otherwise, no one's building it. Oh, thank you, the person. Welcome to the stream. It's the silver shield we're keeping for Bucky. And I realised I didn't give it one of the updated arms. Rather than the pneumatic T-piece, we're using this. It's the Westar pistol, isn't it? Jango Fett's Westar 34 pistols. So thank you for your comment. Made a little improvement to it. You could probably even get a start on the end. I guess the thing with the pneumatic T-piece is it would hold the star if we did want it. So Bucky's got the silver shield. There we go. Massive as well. Comparing it to the official shield, it's a massive shield. Definitely needs to be bigger. There we go. Pepper Potts is almost holding that one. Look, they're sharing it. And then Cap's shield, what are we thinking for the colour? I think this was the original one, so this one's probably going. It's between the blue and the red. I like the blue. It fits with Cap's colour. The colour of actual Cap. And then maybe the red. Maybe. Not quite sure the colour combination at the minute. You think the reason they do it is because people think, why buy this set when you already have the instructions and can buy the pieces for a fraction of the price? That's what I think. But then again, as someone who builds a lot of the sets for a fraction of the price, LEGO always upload their instructions recently, day one / a couple minutes early, a couple minutes before the set technically comes out, like 1:45 to midnight. I usually check the night before and I'm like, oh, the instructions are here. Brick Out also give you a list of all the pieces you need 2 weeks before the set comes out. So if you want to buy any of the parts that are already out, you can stockpile those and then you just need to pick up the new pieces from LEGO. If you did want them day one, it's an interesting thing, isn't it? With the amount of the work LEGO designers do, practically a whole new set. And also, if other companies, if they were worried about other companies getting the original builds and, you know, trying to work on something, they announce it quite a lot over on Ideas, and they have whole big events of, oh, this is the new Ideas set, these are all the competitors for this. They do announce it quite a bit when a new set has to be made or is going to be made, so competitors already know what the build looks like. It's not too hard to build it from, like, sitting here. You know, we've built the Juggernaut without instructions. We built the Battle Pack without instructions. We built some sizable sets though. With the Juggernaut, we built some sizable sets without instructions. The only important detail is how the insides work. Because our Juggernaut from the outside looked perfect, but those two 2x2 plates that I swapped to 2x1 plates made it a little more fragile than it should have been. And people make mistakes. I mean, you've seen a few land members build the Juggernaut and it break easily. People make mistakes building it anyway. That's not going to change. But, you know, how they built it is really the thing that sets the set aside from anything else. Lego doesn't typically care about instructions. Yeah, I'm surprised the instructions don't leak. Honestly, all the pieces that we see getting leaked and being put out there, I'm surprised the instructions don't either. Maybe they're printed in the Lego headquarters and sent out everywhere instead. Just last minute, they put the instructions in. Has to be the red, alright, Archer. The red middle one it is. Yang. Yang beats Coleman and Kenobi. I need to put these minifigures back on the display. It's still got battery, does it? Oh no, it's dying. It's dying. It worked so well with the Duracell batteries. It had a taste of glory, and now I've given it its cheap dying batteries again. Is there a bigger circle that I could put in the middle of the shield? There might be a bigger circle for the middle bit between the two. I don't think there's a piece. I don't think there's a piece I have in mind that could work. Oh, what about this shield? It would bulk it out. I think the only thing with including another piece like a 2x2 modified tile. The problem with a 2x2 modified tile like this would be combine both shields now to make the ultimate shield. That one's gone. Would be how thick it makes it. And then from the front, it's a pure white. I guess Lego need to make, what, like a 2.5 diameter dish. I don't think there's any piece that I can think of that exists with a 2.5 diameter dish, apart from like the actual shield. This size, this is the size we need in white. And then we double stack the red. Wrong way around, I double stacked the white. Welcome back, Grievous. For Lego people using the Force, use clear power blast pieces. Yes, they exist. I've said about Star Wars using some of the web pieces in like translucent colors, and I wonder if any other translucent colors exist. But I didn't realize Frozone had the actual pieces. Oh, nice. Frozone CMF, isn't it? Now I want an incredible set just so we can get some Frozone elements, and also the dish that he's standing on. That's a really nice element. How expensive are they, given they're exclusive to the one character? Do we have any? A load of people selling one. 15.4 pence. Someone has 40 of them. Oh, that's tempting. That is tempting. Use them for Superman as well. Yeah, I would love to pick up a few of them for the Force, though. For Force pushing in a playset, that's a fantastic use of them. I'd have to pick up a ton. Well, not a literal ton. At 15 pence a piece, a ton of those elements would cost a fortune. So, there we've got our cap shield. Is there anything? Get rid of Yang as well. I still can't believe just how good the Plo Koon minifigure looks. Such a nice head mold, and I think with the Mando cape, it's just a nice mix. We still need that Vader torso chest plate, the shoulder armor. Still need that Vader shoulder armor. No, they have them in trans blue and trans orange. Don't know where they're from, but you have them. Maybe trans blue would work. I'll have a little look if I have any trans blue ones. Do I have it? Maybe like in a. I don't have any new Iron Man sets. Maybe if Iron Man, like with Spider-Man in the magazine, I picked up a Spider-Man because he came with all the web elements. Maybe if Iron Man's in a magazine and he comes with some of those trans blue ones, I'll pick that up just for them. I think Pixar should make a full Frozone movie. Oh yeah, that'd be nice. I tell you what, a Frozone movie and a Mace Windu. Ooh, a Mace Windu series. I feel like Windu would do well in a series rather than a movie. Frozone movie and a Windu series. That would be, both of them would be awesome. And there we've got Cap's shield. Also, something that Cap uses a lot in the first movie, at least, is a scrawny little pistol that does look like the little Lego pistol. So we could give him the DC-15, or we could give him the little Lego pistol, because it is, I mean the pistol he uses isn't going to do anything. He's got a shield. So he probably has like a standard class pistol. Does Captain America deserve a pistol that is just regular, just a regular pistol, or do we give Cap the modern day shield pistols so that it looks like that? What do we think? At the minute, oh, let me have a drink. At the minute, the Marvel magazines are coming with an extra free pack. Yes! There was 2 Iron Man magazines. Mad. And I guess the new Iron Man. I didn't have a little look to see if the new Iron Man came with anything. Where's my super suit? Oh, the power pieces for lightsaber tip drag in stop motion is a good one. I think the regular pistol is better. I agree. I agree with that. I think it matches up as well a bit nicer. And I have changed this. Captain America did have dark red gloves. I changed them to red because I felt like he was missing a bit of red given how dark the torso is. It's quite a dark Captain America torso. But I like the pistol shield combination. Let's add him back to... Actually, does he fit back on the display with this giant shield? Yeah. Right. We might have to swap Tony's hand holding the case. And then we can get it to fit in the middle. But, yeah, the magazine. When I had a little look, one of them included... Well, like 5 of the magazine included Thor, I think it is at the minute. So Thor with this hammer slightly less modified came with either an Infinity War Iron Man, not Captain, Iron Man, or a Groot minifigure. And it's the first time I've seen the magazine in one location have 2 different types of secondary bags. It was interesting, to say the least, because I hope to see that more. Bit of variation, but at the same point, I think it was just because they got the 2 lots of magazines. Maybe someone locally who normally gets the magazines didn't get any magazines. They both got sent to Sainsbury's. So we have weapons for all of our front row Avengers now. I do want to build Stormbreaker and find some knives just before I wrap up. Thor's was the Brick Built hammer, and if you do have any grey ones, especially if you picked up the Juggernaut, which is still there, just at the back, then I definitely recommend adding a wand in the middle of that, just to strengthen it up and stop the top from popping off. But really liking that Captain America shield. We're going to add a star into the middle so that it looks a bit closer. Maybe we could have even have got like a red 1x1 tile with that blue sticker on top. Maybe that. Look, let me get a red tile, and then Stormbreaker. As far as, I'll tell you what, I think Stormbreaker I'll leave to see what your ideas were on the community, and then we'll come back to this in a few other shorts once I've done a video on the Avengers, because the big thing was to get the Avengers done, and that is what we've done. So what I'm going to do is, on top of that red tile, I'm going to print a few, and I'll do a short comparing how they look for later on. Hopefully later on today I'll get a few of the stickers and tiles on there. But so far, the Avengers are looking really cool. I think if I was to do this mech sized, it would be even more fun. So for the next Avengers movie, I might have to make an entire scene out of Lego Avengers mechs. That would be awesome. But thank you so much for your help in the comments of shorts, in the comments in chat right now. Any other improvements you'd like to make before we wrap this up? And yeah, it's been a blast building these. What are we going to do now? The Avengers are done. We'll have to work on some custom lightsaber designs, I think. That could be quite nice. Post your Stormbreaker tomorrow when you can post. Lovely. I'll keep an eye out for that Archer. And again, that will probably be, there's a few comments we haven't got through. Let's get through these. That'll probably be one of the next shorts after Captain America, because Thor has Jonathan. We'll give Lady Jane Stormbreaker. The other Hawkeye has the arrows. Maybe main Hawkeye doesn't need the arrows because the other Hawkeye does. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. Maybe we can do something special as well. We've got Loki. Let's get, tell you what, how can I give a good close-up of these? We will be looking at the comments in just a second. I'll get them off screen. I'll get these off screen as well. And then I'll be able to wave these in front of the camera, get them in focus. There we are. We have our Loki. Get some light down here. Oh, look at that. We have our Loki minifigure with the scepter. With the blue Mind Stone, there was a comment about making it yellow so it's comic accurate. But because these are all based off their likeness in the movies, I think I will be keeping it blue. I like that design. Black Widow has the dual pistols. DC-15s from Star Wars. Hawkeye's got the bow and the quiver with the 3 arrows in. And if a black bucket does exist, because we've got a load of grey ones and I've seen a red one, if a black bucket does exist, I will have to make that change just so it all fits in, just so it all hides away. But if not, I'll keep the grey bucket. It looks quite nice. We've got Thor's hammer, which is currently in the magazine with Mjolnir here. Let's stand them down so you can actually see the Thor minifigure. We've got Captain America's shield, which will have a sticker over the top, a nice decal. Tony Stark has the suit. I don't have a Nick Fury. I think that's one of the minifigures that I would love to add, especially to the front lineup. I feel like a Nick Fury is missing. We've then got Iron Man and War Machine with the dual shoulder attachment. Maybe we can give one of those to Iron Man. And then Hulk with a fist, Doctor Strange with the portals, Bucky with the silver shield, the pure vibranium to match his arm. Lady Jane's going to have Stormbreaker. We've got the other Hawkeye with just a quiver at the back. And then we're going to have some knives for Sylvia. Ray knife. And I'm going to find out what weapon this guy had as well. See if we can get that back in their hands. So the only minifigure that we're yet to work on is Pepper Potts, which I could build a little... There's a few things we could build for it, but we haven't sorted anything out. I'll tell you what, like a phone or an iPad does well enough as well for it. So maybe we can get some sort of phone, iPad, business calls, you know, some sort of distraction for them, because I feel like missing everything. Convinced that Captain America needs brown gloves. Probably does. I like the red. It's very comic colors. So much for staying true to the movies. Give Pepper the arc reactor in the display. Oh, we could give her the arc reactor, because the arc reactor is like the core with the blue light around it. So how would we go about the arc reactor? We could have one of the studs with the hole in the middle, because they come in trans blue. And then we'd need like a wand to go through it. I know we've used a load of grey wands. Let me nab one from the turbo tank. It's not going to need all 4 of these, is it? Although, if we've had 5. Yeah, I'm going to nab it from the blaster. I think I already took one of the pieces off it for the ATST. So I'm going to take the one from the blaster and use that to go through as the arc reactor core. There we go. Have it looking a little something like this. Whee! Copper color and a blue tile. Oh, I quite like that. All right. Let me get a... Oh, wait. Here's the studs. Copper color's going to look good. We've got a gold, which is not far off. Or we've got that color. Which color do we think is going to be better? Anyway, I missed out a few comments there. We got a little distracted. The X-Men custom weapons, that's a shout. Wolverine's going to probably be the hardest out of there. Not many of the others use weapons. Thank you. The collection is great. Thank you very much. If there's a blue sticker with a white star, use the red 1x1. All right, that is a plan. That's the plan. Glad the quiver worked out so well. One of the Hawkeyes, the sword. Oh, we could do the sword because there was a sword in here. Again, I have a little look for my actual sword pot. I feel like it's in one of the drawers next to me. But I might have moved it around to... Oh, look, another bucket handle. All right, still in that one as well. No bucket handles in here. But I might have moved that around. So Hawkeye's got the sword. Let me write this down somewhere. I'm gonna forget this. I'm not gonna remember this. Hawkeye's got the sword. We then need swords for Sylvia. We then need the sticker for Cap. What else are we gonna... Oh yeah, the Chitauri. I don't know how to spell that. I'm gonna probably have a little look at the new sets, actually, see what they come with in that. 1x1 stud with a hole with a transclear 1x1 on top. Oh yes, we could keep the holes in them. Just a 1x1. Grey 1x1 stud with a hole and a transparent 1x1 tile on top. I like that because that gives the outside to it. Not bad. It's like the wires and cords coming out the back. That was for the wand with the little bits coming out, and Pepper can still hold it. This is like it's just been pulled fresh out of Iron Man. Yeah, thank you. All right. No problem. The tiles and plates just arrived. Oh, the tiles can be some of the best parts. So there we go. There's the blue tile, the blue stud, there's the blue stud with the 1x1 hole with the wire coming out. Can I bring that any more in focus? There we go. And that looks like it's got some of the guts and wires that are still connecting it. So that is Iron Man's heart. I like that down there. And I think we've done most of it. Put the one through the grey stud with the hole from the other idea. Oh, with the tile on top. All right. That would have a few more wires. Where did my studs with holes go? Oh, they're back up. Okay. So we've got that heart, which will be a grey stud with a blue tile on top. Thank you again. Chitauri, the Chitauri, yes. Always, I don't even know what I'm confusing its name with. I just know half the time I'm not saying Chitauri. No idea what it is. So there we go. I like the little Lego. You can't see it. Where's the camera? You can't see it, but there's a little Lego text on top. Maybe some of you can see it. And that's the Iron Man heart. Hides the guts a bit more. Oh wow, this is actually really hard to put on the hand because you're putting it around the bar of the wand and over the stud. I think the easiest thing to do would be to hand Pepper Potts, if you are trying this at home, hand Pepper Potts the wand, and then to cap it off. That's the only way I see this sticking on. And there we go. There's the Iron Man heart with the blue tile on top, the grey ring underneath, and then the guts hanging out the bottom. That does actually look really good. I prefer that to the hollow stud, but let me know what you think. Welcome back, Alfie. I did do Cap. So with Cap, what we're going to do is get the blue print with the star on from the Captain America space backpack. I don't know if you recognize it from this, but there's a backpack like this that has 2 stars on top, and we're going to take that design with the blue background on the red stud here and affix that so that it covers up a bit of the red, and the shield does also clip to the back, which is real nice. So I'm really happy with how the shield come out, thanks to all your help. So how did you'd still use the brown wand, okay, for the guts coming out rather than the wire. I like that. The transparent 1x1 makes it look like it's in the case. Can I have a look at what figs I need to give items? So we've got Stormbreaker is a work in progress for Lady Jane. I think the only one we've got is the Chitauri. The Chitauri is the only minifigure that doesn't have a weapon. So if you, I was going to steal one from Lego. If you have any weapon in particular that you're fond of, do let me know and I'll have a little look. In the meantime, let me grab, oh, the wands are still out, of course. I haven't cleared that up. I just pushed a lot of it out of frame. In fact, we could just no wand it. I'm going to see what the wand looks like. How dark do we make it? And it goes. This is the dark brown wand sticking out. I see what you mean about the case now. Now that you've said that, wiggle this out of here. I do kind of like the fact that the no wand look, but if you are looking at recreating the scene with the guts hanging out, I'd recommend stabbing a wand in the bottom of it. But there we go. Even Pepper Potts has an accessory in way of Iron Man's or Tony Stark's heart, which fits in to the Avengers recruitment when he was kind of poisoning himself with everything that had been on. Thor's house set from a while back had a brick built Stormbreaker. I think the wand is too long. Yeah, maybe if we could chop down a wand, that would be the best. Blue and grey wand. Nice. Yeah, so a lot of variation for it, which is something we see a lot with Stormbreaker as well. Let me oh, the Thor's house was the New Asgard one. That's great. If that counts as a modular, I'd love to do that. Shouldn't Jane have Mjolnir? Jane should have Mjolnir, but because we've got the Avengers up front, I feel like it'd be weird to give Thor Stormbreaker and then to have like the rest of the Avengers have the weapons they did from the first movie. So we could give Mjolnir to Jane, Thor has Stormbreaker, and then Black Widow have the staffs, the batons. But I think I'm going to keep Thor with Mjolnir and Jane. Maybe they're fighting. Jane does use both of them at one point, doesn't she? Does she have both? I need to rewatch that movie. Need to rewatch them all. But Jane and Thor have just switched around. So Stormbreaker will be displayed probably in the short in Thor's hand. But yeah, Jane will be holding it for the long term. A lipstick or pen piece in blue. I don't think the lipstick exists in blue, but the pen piece must in Friends. There must be, even like a light blue, there must be a blue pen piece, which would work, and the end of it might look a bit less uniform than a wand would. Yes, Iron Man, we've given the typical Iron Man set from back in the day. Iron Man 3, this suit came in, and this is the accessory that we got with the bricks with the studs. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep this. War Machine's got a bit more in terms of the arsenal over his shoulder. But I think that is all. So, 2.5 hours ain't bad. I thought that was going to be either a lot quicker or a lot longer. I don't know which one I really thought of, but I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Should make a John Walker minifigure. I agree. If I had a spare Captain America, I'm eventually going to have a spare Captain America. One of the iconic Avengers. They'll always make sets. Maybe I can pick up the Captain America mech, and then that gives me a spare Captain America to make a custom John Walker. Because I know they have made the minifigure before, but it would be a great idea. I'm going to sit here still and have a little look through the Captain America comments afterwards and just try and catch up on comments in general, which, you know, is fun to say. It's something that is quite hard to do with as many comments as you've all been putting. So thank you very much. Don't regret it one bit. But until next time, that is all for today. Ooh, interesting. And I'll catch you on Thursday for a very special announcement. I'll hopefully schedule the stream in just a second. I wonder what that set's going to be. Till then, thank you so much for watching. May the bricks be with you always.